Hello, my name is Morgan Sechser and I'm from Montrose High School, and my informative speech was about surrogacy. In my first main point, I discussed how surrogacy is a relatively new option, and second, how there are several types of surrogacy methods, and third, how surrogacy affects families. Going into my speech, I felt confident that I knew what I was talking about, so I knew my message would be received clear, especially when describing my main points and getting that information across because I did know what I was talking about. When using speaker ethos, I tried to mainly convey trustworthiness and similarity by showing I was confident and I knew what I was talking about so the audience would trust me and actually also think that I knew what I was talking about because I did. The technology I used, I recorded through PowerPoint. It worked well, but if I would have probably recorded what I had to say outside of PowerPoint and then imported it in, it probably would have had a better sound quality, but you can still hear me somewhat. And when creating my PowerPoint, I made sure to not make it too complicated that the audience will be distracted from what I was saying and focus more on everything I had going on in my PowerPoint. So I kept my lines or the words very limited for how many I had, and also the whole theme of my PowerPoint was simple but not super plain where the reader would get or the audience would get so bored about it. I used an interjection, transitions, and conclusions. That part was fairly easy because it's what you would do in most every speech. What felt different was I wasn't exactly sure which slide to put the transitions on. I wasn't sure if I should put them on the slide before moving on to my next topic or on the slide of my next topic. When considering my audience, I thought about talking to couples who were looking into options because they were having fertility issues, but they still wanted children. So I spoke as if I would be informing them on the different types of surrogacy, why they could choose surrogacy if they so indeed wanted to, and also a little background of it so they knew it wasn't a new concept. When doing my speech, I knew it worked to be confident because that is what you need to do for ethos so that your audience isn't bored and they trust what you're saying. What wasn't so good is my transitioning because again wasn't sure what slide I should put my transitions on. To improve my speech, I would probably make sure I didn't pause as often as I did when speaking about my main points for my subpoints. That's something that I would fix. So yeah, that was how I felt about my first informative speech. Hopefully you liked it. Thanks for listening.